And now, the reason we got out of bed this morning for music and the spoken giggles, Singing Mama and Auntie B are our very own soulful duets.
Good morning, everybody.
Did you guys hear that? Breathe.
Well, you're looking down. I had to get your attention somehow.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie. Hi, Wilson. Have fun at Sam's. Okay. Well, don't watch while you're driving, though. You might just listen. Just do the listening. And get your stuff.
Stuff is good to get.
All the stuffs.
When you need stuff. Stuff
Yeah.
is good.
Good things. Good things. Mazel, mazel.
No.
I inhaled my spit.
That's what you get. All right. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Hey,
Good?
Sandy, get up here. Sandy.
You tell it.
Lay down. Lay down. Kids are
tell
at
it.
school, so I can't. Lay down. Lay down. Thank you. She's like flumps down. Thank you. That's right. Hey guys, I watched the whole 2 seasons of The Chosen. Thank you so much. I loved it. I am addicted.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to the next one. You guys are awesome. I love you. I am so glad you watched it. It is so good, huh? I love his personality that they portray.
Oh, man.
Like,
the one with Nicodemus, right?
Oh,
The one where he
heart-wrenching.
leaves the money and he's standing behind and Jesus
like,
is like
sobbing.
so close. Oh, I bawl every time I watch it. I watch it so
I
much.
just got the chills all over my legs.
Oh, it's so good. They're doing a really good job on that. So I'm really glad you
Yeah,
watched
they
that.
are.
We're both really glad. That's awesome.
Next is the Sermon on the Mount.
Ta-da. Awesome. And they introduced Judas, which was cool.
Yeah.
So very,
Judas
very cool.
Iscariot. Right? That's his name, Iscariot.
He's a scary it. So this one is
He's got goosebumps all over too.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
they
love
did
that
such
scene.
a fantastic
Such a great
job. And everybody can relate to somebody in there.
Mhm.
Right? One of the followers or somebody who almost followed or people like
All
that
the
too.
things.
We're all there.
Yep.
I just had
I
soda
concur.
and I'm trying not to make noises now.
Not to make the burpees.
It's just noises and I'm trying to be like
The gas bubbles that come up.
shush. Shush shush.
That's
All
right.
right.
I inhaled my spit and I'm
Shush,
coughing
shush,
now.
shush.
So I get it. We're all human. We all make gas. I wish sometimes that our cars could run off them. Do you know how fast my car would be? That would be amazing.
Do you know what you'd have to do in order for that to happen?
You have to fart a lot.
But where? And
In
how
your
would you get it from one place to
It
another?
would see my
And-
own thoughts. My own thoughts. I don't know if you want them.
I just want that's all I wanted.
Well, you can't say that because then I have to come up with the analogy that you'd have to do. See, you'd have to sit in a seat that would absorb it because we all know it does that anyways. And it absorbs it and it goes into like the tubulars of the car somehow.
Tubulars.
And then it goes to the engine and makes it run and burn. And then it's really stinky anyways. So, went from talking about Jesus to talking about gas-fueled cars. And not ethanol, methane.
Anyway.
Your reaction is priceless.
Priceless. These are priceless.
It's priceless.
It's like a MasterCard.
Mhm.
Anyway, so what we're talking about today
Mm-hmm.
Right, this is our third part of
The part tres, the finale
of.
of the. What are you waiting for?
There you go.
What are you waiting for?
Absolutely.
Part tres.
But tres.
Mm-hmm. Tres.
So, whoa.
Whoa, was that?
Yes, so we're clear. It was that. So the first part was, we talked about what you doing, why you hanging out. Do you need permission from somebody? Who you waiting for permission from?
Right.
To nobody.
Yeah.
The second one was the darkness has a plan.
Mm-hmm.
And we had Toddford on with us. And we love Toddford. He's awesome.
He's awesome.
Hi, Toddford.
Hey, Toddford.
We love you. Hope you do come on soon.
Yeah, in 2 weeks, remember?
I know, but I want to make sure.
Okay.
He should know we really want him back. Right?
Yes.
Because sometimes it ends up being longer.
It's true.
So.
Like this time it was like 3 weeks longer than it was supposed to be.
See? So today's we're going to talk about.
Spazzing out. Sorry, I was just saying my cat is spazzing out.
They're saying passing out. Like we're talking about passing out. We're talking about,
No. Whoa, it's me.
Yeah,
No.
it's me. Will you read the description?
Oh, yeah. Let me pull that up there. We talked about Satan's plan in part 2. In the first part, we asked what you were waiting for. In the finale of What Are You Waiting For trio, we ask again, what are you waiting for? As we discuss God's plan, remember in the end, God wins, and every ending has a new beginning. We don't know with 100% certainty what that new beginning is, just beyond death. But what we do know is that the Creator of all things loves you, no matter what.
No matter what.
No matter what. He has a plan for you. Your destiny is calling. You already know what it is. Will you answer this call?
So very, very good. So God has a plan.
Mm-hmm.
As we are here, made in the image of the ultimate creator, told by God incarnate, that we have the creative gifts of I put that twice. He whom created us all. He created
She was having a Charlotte's Web moment, guys.
Oh man, he created us all.
The goose. Mm-hmm.
He created us with many of his gifts.
Mm-hmm.
One in particular is the power to create. Darkness and angels do not have the power to create. There is no other creation that is as close to God as we are, and that is so alike as I am,
that I am,
as you are.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
Oh, my mind is blown.
No. Not yet.
No birthday cake yet? All right.
Not yet.
Still
But
baking.
I think we should consider the phrase I am for a minute.
I am massive.
I mean, that's awesome. What'd you do? Send hair down here at me?
Yep.
Gross.
All the hairs.
Gross. Sorry, guys. Before this, she's holding her cat and she just put lipstick on or something. She puts her cat down. She's
and
like,
then I had to
"Oh
wipe my
goodness."
lipstick off because it was like all coated with his hair. He'd think he like rubbed his face on me or something. But
If
no,
you didn't like it so much, I would think that you'd stop. But
I'm like, hello.
Ew.
No.
So gross. Ew.
It's not really what happened, but it is funny.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Sure.
It's
Anyway, I know that's why I put a jacket on. It's cold. Anyway, so let's
am.
think about that phrase for a second. What does it mean when you say it?
I am.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Okay, let me set out a little bit of a thinky here.
A little bit of a thinking.
When I'm talking to my students, I ask
Mhm.
them what the definition of something is. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Are you cheating?
No. And my notifications, I just clear them off. It bugs me. Sorry. Anyways.
I ask them to give me the definition for something without giving me the something in the definition. For example, if I say, what is the definition of a truck?
Something you drive.
The
That has a bearing.
definition isn't going to be a truck. See how that works?
Yes.
It's going to be something different, right?
It's true.
It's like a car, but
It's
the back
bigger.
is open and you can put stuff in it and different things little
Mhm.
kids will say.
The trunk is not covered.
But
Yeah,
a
it's
truck is not in the definition of a truck.
Mhm.
So let's ask, good morning, Indigo.
I love you.
So what is the definition when you say I am? What does it mean? What does I mean?
Me.
Good. There
or
we go.
I.
And what is am?
Yes.
No.
I yes.
No. If someone
Um,
says, come
me.
here, and you're already walking towards me and you say, I am, what does that mean?
Definitive?
What?
I don't know. I don't know how to describe it.
I think-
Definition of am.
No. Of the combination. I am. She's laughing at us. That's awesome. Always do this. It's fun. I am. You're saying you're already doing it,
I are.
right?
No.
No. Right? If I say, right, I'm already accomplishing this.
Okay, so I am that I am is he's saying that he is that he is.
We're not quite there yet. Let's back up just a little bit. Sometimes we need more definitions before we move on to the end. So,
I are.
stick with me here. Stick with me here. Okay? So, when I say, please come here, and you are already on the way to me,
I
and you
am.
say, I am, you
I
are
am.
saying, I already am on the way.
Right, I are.
Just stay here. Stay right here with me, yes?
Brilliant. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what
Thank you,
if I
Indigo.
ask you to do something else and you are in the process of doing it? Then
I'm
you would
doing
say,
I'm already doing it.
I am. She's
Okay.
getting confused. Quit.
See? I know.
Shush. Have a whole lot of shush over there, and we'll
Got
get
a whole
this.
bag of shush with your name on it.
I am is action.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, he's action.
Okay. Am is action. It's adding intensity to a verb. It's already happening, but it's active happening.
Mhm.
Okay. So not a verb, a noun. I'm sorry. So
Christing laughing. I like the Christing laughings.
oh man, that's close to other things.
It's like
Are you- Is that like Christ is
Like
laughing? Like
it's like
I
crying
am,
and
and so
singing.
she's throwing in
You're
Christ
Christing laughing. You're
Awesome.
Christing laughing.
Are you laughing? I am. It's the Christ kind.
Christing laughing.
I'm sorry, that was awesome. So good. Okay. So I am is action,
Okay.
right? It's the we know.
Yeah, we know.
We're good. So
We make fun of ourselves when we mess up on text, so you
I
know.
don't know what you're talking about. Except
We-
for it's fun and we do
only
it a
have
lot.
we only have a whole episode of that.
Couple, actually, I think.
Yeah, I think there's two of them. The first one is more funny.
They're both funny to me. Anyway, so I am present.
am.
It's a present action statement.
Okay, so what does he mean when he says I am that I am?
You tell me.
I'm action and I am action. I'm in the process of
Okay,
being
let's-
an action.
Let's go back to what you would say if you were already doing something I asked you to do while you're doing it.
I am. Okay.
Now say it, I am, and then say, already doing what you asked me to do.
I'm already doing what you asked me to do.
I am.
I am doing what you asked me to do.
Say it.
I am
You-
already doing.
Okay, hold just for a second. Okay. Put that in the middle. I am that.
I am that I'm already doing it.
Indigo.
Put
I'm
that
trying.
in the middle.
No, say so. I am already doing what you asked me to do. That I am.
I am.
That I am. So he's saying he is present in
I
your.
am already doing what you asked me to do. That I am.
That
Is he Yoda?
I am. No.
That I am.
No.
Doing already the Yoda. I mean, nope.
Yoda is a demon.
Oh, I don't mean like literally.
I know, but I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay.
Because he's not.
I know it's fictitious. I'm just saying.
No.
Are we going to talk like this the rest of the time?
So always in action. Thank you, Indigo. I was trying to get there. I'm glad we got your help. I am
already
currently
doing what
doing,
you asked
but
me
already.
to do. That I am.
So when you get to the point where you're able to, right, speak with God above the fear and talk about things prophetically, he's already put it in action.
Right?
He just needs somebody to speak it. I am. I already have all this. It's already done. Waiting for you. I am.
Kind of like when you get ready for the store and you're waiting for everybody to get ready. You're just waiting. So you start doing something else until they're ready.
No.
Let me finish.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, well, I'm just waiting for you. I've been ready. I've just been waiting for you. We have this conversation often in my house. So it's not like that.
I mean, like this movie.
Like when you're ready and you're just waiting for them to be ready. I guess. No? Yes. Maybe. A little bit. Pigeon. Gay.
Anyway, that's the I am part of it. So he's like
20 minutes later.
It should have said then. It's always in action. So always ahead, always behind, always in the middle. I am in everything. I am part of everything. I am everywhere. I am moving, causing everything to movement. I have blessed everything, created everything. I am. God, do you love me? Yeah, I've always loved you. Still loving you. I am.
Silly.
You know, God, will you please bless them? I am. Like not the same way that
That
we
will
say
do
it,
it
but it's
extra.
funny because if you say it enough, you're gonna realize that when people say God is everywhere, yeah, He really is. Nope, didn't happen. It'll happen soon. Just you wait.
I got it.
You got it with slowness.
I still got it.
All right. So, God has a plan for all of us, right? We talked about how darkness has a plan. We talked about we were created in God's image. These are all big things. We talked about how we have the power to create. Darkness does not, right? Fallen angels do not have the power to create because they weren't made in the image of God, and we were. What does it mean to have the power or the light of Christ in us, knowing that we can create?
It's empowering.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
But what does it mean?
Thank you, Indigo. Thank you.
You are
Thank
amazing as well.
We love your face.
Thank you. So what does it mean?
What do you mean? What does it mean? Like, what?
Okay,
do you
what
want
am I
me to say?
asking? What do I want you
Not
to
what
say?
you want me to say. Like, no.
What
like-
answer am I looking for?
Yeah. Well, no. But yes. Like- What's the question again? I forgot.
I knew it. Okay, so what does that mean for us to know that we're made in the image of God, that we have the power to create? What does that mean for us? Not does it make us feel empowering? Not how does it feel? What does it mean for us? What can we do with that?
Create.
Great, good. How? Okay, so
I don't know what you're looking for.
I know I'm coming at you differently here. So, okay, so what can we do with it in our daily lives? Like, what did we do this morning?
Praised
Very good. And how did we do that?
with our faces.
Oh man.
And our brains, and our hands, and our action, our hearts. Mm-hmm.
Hey, look at that.
We're involved
Okay,
too.
so we praised. And what did that do? Why did we do it?
Because we were trying to take away the fears and to bring Jesus closer all the time.
Yeah, and breathe.
breathe.
Good.
Mhm,
So yeah,
mhm.
right? Because I had this weird funky night and I felt funky and you had a funky stuff night waking up. So we both were like, so we need praise buddies. You're my praise buddy. And we went outside and did some praising. Right? And that what did that do?
Lighten the mood, so to speak.
Kind of altered our focus, right?
Yeah.
And it helped us to get away from the fear.
Helps you not focus on the fear, and helps you more focus on Jesus and the stuffs. I'm at Sam's, guys. I love you. When I get done, I'll turn you back on. Hopefully,
You're back on.
I'll turn you back on. Hopefully, it won't be. It won't take long. Sending all my love and hugs to you all. Love your face.
Tell Sam we said hi. Hi, Sam.
I'm pretty sure it's Sam's Club, but okay.
Papa Sam.
Sam.
Anyway, yeah,
Sam.
it totally helped us to refocus, right?
Yep.
That was speaking out creation. We were speaking out a connection.
You replace a negative with a positive because of love and faith.
Absolutely. We're speaking out a connection. When you say you love someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I say it to you a lot. You say it to me a lot. I love you. And sometimes we're like, I love you. And sometimes we're like, I love you. And it just depends on the mood and the sarcasm. Yes or no. But when you say that to someone, your love increases.
Your love increases? Mm-hmm. Okay, I wasn't sure if that's what you said, but good.
That's what I said.
Your love increases.
Your love increases all the time. Your love increases.
Expands.
Sure, it expands. That's not what increase means. Oh,
tired?
I love you. So expands is not what increases means.
It expands. Means it gets bigger.
And is it in that way? Put that up there on the thing.
Okay, that's different.
No, that's right. That's what you mean. The expanding.
Then yes.
The frequency that increases.
It expands, like it grows, it gets bigger.
Ta-da!
Or you mean like inside you it grows?
We're going to focus on this one because it's on the screen. And yes, it's very true. Okay. So, but if you were to say that you hated someone, right? And you repeated that to yourself, would you hate them?
You could.
You could. Definitely. What if you said you hated yourself?
No, that's worse.
Right? When people say, I hate that I can't fill in the blank.
Yeah.
I hate that my brain fill in the blank. Right? I wish I was something you're not. Or do you understand what I'm saying? These are the types of things that we speak into being instead of creating spaces for beauty and love and life to flourish, right? These are the
Mhm.
creative things that God has gifted us with. We have
Yep.
the right to say
Yeah, the right.
positive things about ourselves, positive things about the world, positive things about each other,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Some situations suck. There's no doubt about it.
It's true.
Okay? Some things totally suck.
Mm-hmm.
Except, nope. Nothing.
Find the helpers.
Totally sucks.
It's true.
In the worst day of my life, there was always something good. And in the best day of my life, I could have found something bad.
Mm-hmm.
You get what you look for, right?
Yep, it's how you choose to look at it.
And speak about it,
Yeah.
right? What
Mhm.
is something, and I would love to hear Indigo's thoughts on this, but I want to hear yours first.
Okay.
What is something that creates more than the spoken word?
What do you mean?
Spoken word creates a space, right?
Right? Oh,
I
just
love
spoken
you.
words. Yeah.
What
Action.
creates? Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Mm-mm.
I am.
Ta-da! Exactly. Actions always speak louder than words will. Patterns don't lie.
Right. So there will be a point when people won't even have to ask God if they love him. If he loves them.
There will be.
Because they will just know without a doubt. Because they'll know by his actions of always showing it that there's no doubt whatsoever that it's there.
I have no doubt.
Well, me neither. I'm just saying people as a one.
As a one?
Mm-hmm.
As
a I
a
am.
one. It will, for sure. For sure. And that's a cool thing to just sit and think about for a while, for sure, and to talk about too.
Yeah.
There will always be that to look forward to. And I think the thing that people don't understand is much closer than some far off distant future.
Yeah.
But that is for another day, not for the topic of today.
Hey, that's a God-winning moment.
I do love the thought, though. Absolutely. And the time is coming.
Mm-hmm.
And God wins. Yeah. That's where we're going, by the way. Because, the description and all.
Yeah, it's true. We've always known God loves everyone. Never doubted. And never understood anyone not knowing. Right?
I do understand lots of people not knowing. I know quite a few people who have always known and always understood and couldn't figure out why other people did.
Mm-hmm.
I love that you guys have always known. I do. And I love that you've always understood. I have been in places where there's no way people could have known. The nicest person they met was me to that point. And I didn't get to talk to them. I just got to look at them. Like eye-to-eye contact kind of thing. It's God has one. Yeah. I want to ask, though, this. A lot of people are waiting for Jesus to come, waiting for the bishop to say, okay, you can do this now, or waiting for the Pope to get up in front of the world and be like, and you're free. Like, there's some weird stuff like that people are waiting for permission from a judge to be like, okay, now we're not going to do that anymore. Just all this waiting stuff. And that phrase I told you before about escapism mentality.
Right.
Okay. So waiting for permission is, to me, the same as waiting for Jesus to come.
Right.
Okay. This second coming that they've been talking about since Jesus was here, they've made it sound like it's a massive thing that once he arrives, everything will be set right.
Right.
Instead of a personal thing.
Right.
As in, once you realize that he is the Lord and Savior of all,
Mm-hmm.
that he came to you, right? And you can act in his name here,
Right.
that you will be the one saving the situation you're in because he's in you already. The light of Christ, the God spark. We've talked about this before. Right. Escapism mentality means I don't have to do anything. Someone else is going to do it. I don't have to do anything. Jesus is coming. I don't have to do anything. Right? And escapism, say that one more time.
The Savior Dragon.
Well, yeah, actually, I hadn't even thought of putting that out there, but yeah, that's the reason for that book right there.
Mm-hmm.
The Savior, To Kill a Dragon, the Savior Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Was that my first or second that I wrote?
I think it was your first one.
Probably the first. But
yeah,
this escapism mentality, having somebody else who's going to do it and not me, is not something that warriors for God even entertain.
Nope.
Because look at that. Oh, sorry. Your job. All right.
It's reaching Christ's consciousness, not a physical return.
Right? It's the consciousness. Yes. It's that light of Christ inside you. It's the peace that you reach out and you say, okay, between you and me, I got this. Because I have the I am. Are you doing this? I am.
I am.
It's a powerful thing. We act as if God were here because he is. I am. I'm not saying I'm God. I'm saying God is with me.
Right.
And I can act in his name.
Yes.
Okay? Very good. I am. So this escapism mentality has got to go. Okay? This isn't, there's no, forgive me, anyone who loves this part of the world. I'm not in love with it. There's no golden statue with a trumpet that's gonna sound and Jesus just come over the hills with like
the trumpet fell off,
floods of angels and lots of like dry ice with water. Okay, this is not, it's not gonna happen.
So no Halloween effect.
No, that's not how it's gonna work. No, it's the coming, it's you. It's lifting you out of the dead space you've been in, the selfish, carnal you. Me, okay? The selfish, carnal me. It's when I decided to reach up and say, Jesus, you got this. I clearly do not. Help me up. And he does. And then he's like, okay, now that I've done this, we have work to do. Right? I placed in you seeds. I need you to like work on them stuff. Right? And it's for every one of us. This is not anything other than you fulfilling the destiny God put in you to do.
Right.
Are you working on that? I am. Are you working on that?
I am.
Indigo, are you working on that? Okay. Because Satan has a plan to take you right out of everything that is godly. He hates you. He hates me.
Yep. Because
we are seeking after God. We are seeking after good things because that's what love does. Yeah, good girl. So we are all trying to find our way, right? God uses everything excellent. It's like the Trinity right there. Look at that.
I am.
It's ideas that we all have. We're all inspired by God. Okay? We're inspired for light or dark. We're inspired positive or negative.
Yep.
It's what we invite in that we put out. Right? So we're all working on this. What are you waiting for? If you see that human trafficking is a problem, what are you waiting for? Some politician to tell you, oh yeah, it's a problem?
Nope.
Okay? If you see that the church that you're in is really messing with your head and others, why are you saying, what are you waiting for? If you see that there's something happening next door to you that isn't okay, what are you waiting for? What is it? Who do you need permission from? And why?
Right.
There's no reason to wait. You see it for a reason.
Yep.
Now, you can't fix somebody else's choices. You can't fix everything, but you can be a darn good example, and you can love and love and love and love. And there's times for righteous indignation. There's times to act. And I would say that any time that a child's being hurt and you know of it and nobody is doing anything, then perhaps it's you who needs to do something.
Yep.
Just an idea. There's everybody who's been given inside of them the light of Christ. You have it in you, the seeds for your inspiration. You knew this from the time you were tiny.
No show bus.
For Annie, no show bus. Very good, very good. There's no reason to wait. There never was.
Yep.
Q sucks. Wait.
What?
Hold the line.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be surprised who we are. Shut up your face. Okay? You telling me to wait is telling me to go against my Jesus.
Yep.
If you're comfortable waiting, then you're comfortable losing.
Yep.
A lot while you wait. It has never been that time. It is not that time now. And I'm pounding on my book and it's making my feet shake. Sound like one of them Bible preachers. Really, it's
All the
just,
blah, 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 blah.
because why are we waiting? Why?
Yeah, there's no reason.
Yay! Indigo is on board.
With you all the way, Bree.
See, we all have a lot of different ideas. Your ideas don't have to be wrong or bad. It's just time to share them. There's a thing in colleges now where they will tell you what to think to keep you from the awful burden of excessive thinking. What's excessive thinking?
What? People over-excess about everything all the time.
They over-excess about what? That's not a thing. No. No.
Excessive think over their outfit during the day, let alone.
Okay. When they say excessive thinking, they're saying to commit the sin, the horrible sin of independent thought. Exactly. That's where I got the phrase. Because excessive thinking, in other words, don't think for yourself. Are you nuts? Clearly. It must be. Because when someone says this is the only way, in my head, I go, nope. Like, that's my automatic response. Not at all. Not even a little bit. In fact, all the way no. Because something that works for you a certain way may work for me a completely different way.
Yep.
Right? God is going to use every single thing to try and reach out. It's up to every one of us to find him.
Yeah.
Right? Use your excessive thinking to lift your head above the box.
Get out to look.
Look around, see who's out there. Jump out and play. Close your laptop.
Kind of like that that cave mentality thing. The cave
Like
story.
the allegory of the cave?
Yeah, that one.
Exactly like that. Absolutely. I will totally encourage people to go find that again. Right? If you don't know the allegory of the cave, was that Plato or Socrates? Plato, I think, who talked about, people who lived in a cave or were chained in there and couldn't leave.
Or something.
And so they only saw shadows. And so they only believed the shadows were alive and not that there were any other people. And one person got free and went outside. Oh my gosh, there's other people. It's crazy. And they're making the shadows. And they come in and try to explain. And the people that are still chained up are like, you're nuts. Free yourself. Don't wait for somebody else. For yourself. Get out there. Go outside. Look around. Meet your neighbor if you don't know who the heck they are. I'm serious.
You should know who they are.
There's so much that God has planned for you. And sitting in your room alone is not it. Right? This quarantine crap? No. You have to be vaccinated? No. Your doctor says you have to wear a mask? No. School says you have to wear a mask? No. You have to do this, or we're not going to let you do that. Also, no. You have every opportunity to say no. If you can't say no, then there is no meaning in yes. What are you doing?
Chad has the bathroom mat wadded up, and I'm like, what is going on? And he's trying to say something, and I'm not actually saying it. I'm like, what? He's like, never mind, I'll tell you later.
That sounds like an after the podcast discussion.
True, but you're to me now, see.
But was he?
Yeah, he was right there. Now he's downstairs.
Now I'm scared
That's
because I'm downstairs. All right, anyway. So let's review here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
We are made in the
Image of God.
We have the power to
Create.
Angels, fallen angels, are not made in the
Image of God.
They do not have the power to
Create.
Male and female created he that.
I thought you said Malin.
That's awesome too.
Male and female. Male and female. That's
Male
what
and
we
female.
are. Male and
Right.
females.
It's true.
And if you
True.
know anything about us, then you know what I'm saying.
A lot of people are going.
They're
now.
like, what? I know Indigo's watching, but it doesn't say anybody's watching right now. So I'm
I
just like, but nobody right now. Every night I have a long and deep conversation with God. I talk about everything to him and always finish off with a prayer for every man, woman, and child. Always done with love. That is a type of connection that grows and grows.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
The ones you pray for, especially out loud, right? They're the
Yeah.
ones that, when you keep them in the forefront of your mind, even if it is just every man, woman, and child, right?
Mm-hmm.
Having that type of connection spoken out loud repeatedly, it does something to your heart and to your mind. It weaves a connection that's interwoven and grows stronger and stronger, right? It may start out with just like this spider string, and then it's like more spider string, and then suddenly it's ropes,
Big
and
web.
right, it's a ton. And that type of connection is exactly what we want to have with God,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so I love that she says that. That's creation, right?
Yes, Bree.
It's true. And I love that. That's what we do when we go out and we praise God, right? We bring him down with us to here and us up to him. It's as if we're in two places at once, because not only do we feel inspired and loved,
Mm-hmm.
but we feel like we want to inspire and love.
Right.
And that's where it feels like it's in two places at once. You cannot feel loved and not want to love.
True.
That's why this interdimensional business that we will discuss later
Mm-hmm.
is so fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Because when Indigo says, that she prays for every man, woman, and child in love, in my mind, I think that she feels love from the creator of every man, woman, and child.
Oh yeah.
Because we're all intimately, connected through the creator who created us all, right?
Mm-hmm.
Distractions are really bugging me. Why are you doing this?
Sorry.
Again. Right? So good. That's wonderful. So you do feel loved by the one who created every man, woman, and child. And that's why we praise him.
Bless you.
Wow, bless him. Good.
Wow, bless him.
Mhm.
Good, Bree says.
Fractals of the one. I love that word. That's a good word. It's in the song.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go. Very good, very good. So, what are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
I would encourage everybody to write down all the things that you're waiting for, and then crumple it up, spit on it, and throw it away. Because stop waiting. Okay? If you wait till you're ready, then you're going to keep putting reasons that you're not ready yet, right? In front of it. When God tells you to move, you move. And that's that piece inside of you that knows where to go. Maybe you don't have to spit on it. I'm just saying. It's just a
He can now.
moment. But I mean, yeah.
Oh,
What I'm
Indigo says bless you too.
she does. What I'm saying
She
is
said
there's
thank
no
you.
reason. All right. There's something that you see needs to be done. You're the one who needs to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And now if we could just get the kids to
He
go.
said God bless you too.
That's
He's
it.
waiting for
Waiting
a cup of tea.
I get that part.
That's it.
Get that part. But you probably put things in action to get that cup of tea. Right? Singing. Mama is freaking distracted all over the freaking place, and she's in too much trouble.
Sorry. He said thank you, Chad. Sorry. Just oh,
Do you need a minute? Because I can turn on this other video for a sec.
I'm not muted.
I'm gonna
anymore.
turn it on.
Okay. Oh wait, do the one. Do the one.
That's but
Okay. Not that one.
okay. Not that one?
Or do that one. Not that one. The one for the next weekend. Because we need to do that one too.
Oh. Thomas Brown said, "No one should approach the temple of science with the mind of a money changer." There's a lot of good soundness in that quote.
Soundness.
I'm going to play for you Rand Paul speaking about his criticism of I was really tired. Dr. Anthony Fauci in the Senate this last week. No. The recording I got from The Hill.
We are a huge success, but we're a country misguided and led astray by media that aren't honest. So, for example, if you watched CNN, you would think that nobody's getting vaccinated. And it's a complete disaster. And whoa, we're stuck in this rut because no one's vaccinated. It's completely untrue. Over 90% of people over 65 who are the most vulnerable are vaccinated. Now, sure, there's a lot of younger people who aren't vaccinated. There's some older people, but 90% is a pretty good success. Over age 50, it's like 75, 80% of people. People are informed. They know this is a disease that can affect any age, but affects primarily the older ages. For example, the one truth you won't be told is an 85-year-old has a 10,000 times greater chance of dying than the 10-year-old.
Hey, you think we should treat them the same? If you were their doctor, do you think a 10-year-old should get the same health care and the same prescriptions for what they need to do as an 85-year-old? Makes no sense at all. I see 10-year-olds and I see 5-year-olds out on the mall. My wife and I were walking down to the Lincoln Memorial the other day, and I see 5-year-olds in groups led by teachers wearing masks outside. There is no science to that. We got Dr. Fauci spreading mistruths across the country, saying we've got to forcibly vaccinate the kids. There's no science behind any of that. In fact, England is rejecting what we're doing. In England, because of the age skew, because of what they're seeing, that the people most at risk are of an older age, they're actually saying instead of forcibly vaccinating children, why don't we try to make the vaccine doses available for the elderly? Why don't we target our care to those who are at highest risk? We have a problem in our country. We have people who have so politicized science that there are people struggling and dying every day because they've never heard about monoclonal antibodies. We have people dying every day because the government, at the behest of Dr. Fauci and a few other people, have said you can't get monoclonal antibodies if you're in the hospital. I talk to people every day who really have not yet heard of monoclonal antibodies, who get COVID again after being fully vaccinated or sometimes not being vaccinated and are not getting the treatment because Dr. Fauci says if you're in the hospital, you don't get it. And so we have medicine that is coming from on high, from a central authority like the Politburo, and doctors are afraid to prescribe. This has never happened in our country before. Doctors were able to make their own decisions based on their own experience, based on studies, based on real life examples, but using their own discretion. Now doctors are afraid to prescribe monoclonal antibodies, and many of them are disallowed from prescribing it in the inpatient. Realize the ridiculous nature of that. You're in the emergency room. You're sick and you're coughing. You might be dying from COVID. You get to the emergency room. You don't know what to say. You can barely talk. Your spouse has to be able to tell the doctor, please stop in the emergency room. Give them the monoclonal antibodies before they're admitted, because once they're admitted, we won't treat them. It's the same way with symptoms. You have to have symptoms within the first 10 days. If you don't have symptoms, if you're on day 11, you won't get monoclonal antibodies. It's completely arbitrary, it's capricious, and it has to do with government-mandated guidelines. Let's take some of the other truths or mistruths that are out there. I've said over and over again, cloth masks don't work, because they don't. Peer-reviewed studies have shown time and time again, cloth masks don't work. But when Dr. Fauci tells you all masks work, when he comes in all draped with 3 masks on himself, with little insignias, clever insignias of different sports teams, he's actually spreading a mistruth that causes lives to be lost. Why? Let's say you have a 75-year-old woman and she gets COVID and her husband's taking care of her. Do you think the advice to go into the room to feed her, bathe her, help her get in and out of her clothes while she's sick, wearing a cloth mask is a good idea or a bad idea? It's malpractice. And yet, for some reason, the left-wing media has lauded this man as the second coming. And what he's telling you is absolutely verifiably dangerous to your health. The only mask that really works of any real value is the N95 mask. The surgical masks have some value, but not very much. Most of the air is going around the mask. They just aren't of value, but you have to submit. The man's telling you to do it. You got to do what you got to do. But the thing is when you tell people something's safe, they tend to react to that and have behavior. And in their behavior, they're in favor of something that may well actually be risky behavior for them. The vaccinations, because we ignore natural immunity, we directed the vaccine to the wrong people and still are. So, for example, because of Dr. Fauci's lead, India is accepting his lead as well. In India, there's not enough vaccine. They have 1 billion people. They can't vaccinate enough people fast enough. So if you have 1 billion people and you have 200 million doses of vaccine, who do you think you should give it to? Should you give it to the 10-year-old the same as the 85-year-old? No, that's ridiculous. But what about 2 65-year-olds, and one of them's had COVID and one of them hasn't? The studies are plentiful. The studies are throughout that say that if you've already had it, you have natural immunity to COVID, as good or better than the vaccine. Do you think it makes good public health policy to say that everybody that's 65 should get it, instead of saying, have you had it? Why don't we check you for antibodies if you think you've had it? Maybe you should wait until we've vaccinated every 65-year-old that doesn't have immunity. These are real things. These are real discussions. But if you have these, unless it's on the Senate floor, actually, that's not even true. You can say this on the Senate floor and YouTube will take it down. I've had it happen. I've given speeches on the floor that YouTube takes down. So this is a world in which people need to realize and get back to the ideas of classical liberalism, where that we debated things. Classical liberalism was about skepticism. It was about you having your opinion and me having my opinion. But the difference between the elitist or the collectivist point of view and the individual rights point of view is, I believe you have every right to your opinion. But if you're a collectivist and you believe that from the very top down, all medical decisions come from Dr. Fauci, and if he doesn't want you to fly, you don't get to fly, it's different from individual liberty, because I think if you have a differing opinion, you're welcome to your opinion. And if an airline has a policy I don't like, maybe I'd choose not to fly. But the idea that we're going to restrict everyone's behavior based on what they decide to do, what's next? People eat too many cheeseburgers. We're not going to give them a heart stent because we think they haven't behaved and they haven't listened to the doctors on what they should be eating. There is no end to this. But in the end, if we're not careful, we are going to spend this country into oblivion. COVID's a big cost of the extra spending we have now. But I can tell you, there are ramifications. They're coming quick. They're coming in the form of higher prices. But there is no reason in the world for us to default. We have plenty of money. We should simply pay for the interest based on what comes in every month.
It's a whole different discussion, the fiscal stuff. Now, the what does this have to do with waiting? Because this is my final point just for this.
Okay.
I'm asking you, what does it have to do with waiting?
I don't know, just they're waiting to see what happens. I don't know.
No, like, why are you waiting? So everybody's like, they'll hear one thing from somebody in authority, and then they'll hear something else from that same somebody in authority. And having heard both sides of it, right? This doesn't work at all. Don't do it. This totally works. You have to do it. No. Every one of us have the ability to find out the truth.
Yep.
Why do we wait for somebody to give us permission to help our bodies? Why do we wait for somebody to give us permission to dress ourselves better, to take care of ourselves physically, to take care of our hair, to take care of our homes, our vehicles? Why are we waiting for somebody who knows more about us?
Nobody knows more about us other than God.
Right. No doctor knows more about me than me.
Right.
Okay? And if there's something that I don't understand, I know I can go look it up. I can go figure it out. Or find somebody else to help me figure it out. But all the things pertaining to my life, my recovery or my discovery, all the things in my life are up to me.
Right.
So waiting for somebody out there to arbitrarily give me permission is ridiculous. What are you waiting for?
I'm not.
I love Waking with JP. His t-shirt, I will not comply. Make freedom legal again. Like so many different things. I mean, it's just, what are you waiting for? That's so wrong. Then don't do it. That's so wrong. Then fix it.
Yep.
That's so wrong. Make it right. You see it because you're supposed to be part of the solution.
Yeah.
That's why you see it. And everybody sees something different. Now, we may all see a lot of things similar, but we see it off just enough because the solutions that each one of us have in mind can be different. We can come together and discuss them, and that's an important aspect of life because it helps us get different perspectives.
Yep.
Right? But doing nothing should never be an option.
Agreed.
I love you, tired face. Why you get so tired all of a sudden?
I don't know.
All of a sudden, 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. It's like my eyes like.
All of a sudden you went, la 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 la.
I'm so tired now.
Awesome. Isn't that crazy, Indigo? That it's so blatant, and yet so many people are like, hands up, I'm not touching that one. Shut up, you see it. Do something. Anyway, all right. It is your job, sleepy lady, to pray us out. And then we'll be back on Monday.
Yes. Not tomorrow?
Today's not Friday.
No.
See? That's why you're here. All right, yeah. Friday.
Wait, might not be tomorrow though. Because we have to leave here at like 9 a.m.
We'll be back again someday.
Someday. Someday we'll be back on here. Someday you won't have to fear.
All right.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever.
Good job, Sleepy Face.
Thank you.
And you're
you're
blessed. Blessings for Indigo, clear of that. And then for everyone else who hears later. Bless, 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 bless. Oh, love you guys. Just gonna we gotta hug each other. Awesome. Blessings for all.
Blessings, blessings.
Oh, we love you guys so much. Indigo,
Love you guys.
love you. And
Yes, yes,
hope you guys have a great day. We'll be back again tomorrow because it's not Friday.
well, maybe.
And
Tomorrow is Friday.
I mean, today is not Friday, but also we don't know because she's leaving at 9 for weird reasons. So,
I have to go get Zoe.
yay, Zoe! Okay.
Yay!
You never know what's going to happen.
We don't. We
But
could do the
whatever
road or something.
happens, it'll
Maybe.
be mountain
I don't know.
people time. That's
It
what I got.
will be.
We'll be
It
back
will be mountain
sometime.
people time.
Someday. Mountain people
Somewhere.
time.
Well, it'll be here. But you know what I mean. You'll see us.
You'll see us. We love you
Love
guys.
you too, Indigo. Love you guys.
See you later.
Have a great time. Yeah.
And now, the reason we got out of bed this morning for music and the spoken giggles, Singing Mama and Auntie B are our very own soulful duets.